Hey friends, in this video, I want to talk about the potential pitfalls of using sample packs and sample construction kit websites. You know the sites I'm talking about. Everything from potentially your music sounding generic to some serious legal pitfalls. Hang with me through the end of the video, and hopefully I can save you a ton of future grief. Sample packs are popular. I completely get it. It's a very quick way to put together a very good sounding track, especially if you're a new producer. And I don't think that that's altogether a bad thing. It gives a new producer a sense of accomplishment. The loops usually sound very good, so you get a very decent mix right out of the box without having any real knowledge of how to mix or produce. Now, I think this is a good thing for a new producer in the short run. If you use one of these sites, you run the risk of your music sounding a bit generic. The more people that subscribe to these services, the more likelihood that someone else is going to use those same elements in a track as well. And this doesn't really become an issue until you go to release the music commercially. If another producer or composer uses the same rhythmic and melodic loop elements in a track as yours, it can trigger copyright strikes. There's this mysterious algorithm out there, much like Shazam, that scans all social media, film and television, and music streaming services and identifies tracks with like elements for copyright strikes. If this happens to you, now you've got legal trouble because you have two different publishers claiming ownership of that track that contains these same elements. So if you're going to be releasing your music commercially, whether it be on social media, selling beats to another artist, submitting your music to music libraries, you need to be very, very aware of this pitfall. You're probably thinking, with all the music out there, there's no way it would ever happen to me. But guess what? It happened to me. I'll tell you a story. The situation's a little bit different, but the technology that exposed it is exactly the same. Years ago, I sold a track to Universal Music. It was like a kind of up-tempo dance track. A couple years later, some partners and I decided to build our own music library. So through terrible management of my own music, terrible organization, the track I sold to Universal ended up in our catalog as well. That's a huge no-no because now you have two identical tracks out there in the wild. What happened was we licensed our library to a television show. Universal's algorithm picked up the track, triggered a copyright strike, and we received a letter threatening a $12 million lawsuit. They wanted to sue us for $1 million per use, and there were 12 uses total. Now, at the end of the day, it was settled fairly inexpensively, but it was months of stress. It was attorney's fees, accounting, audits, a nightmare. I don't want that to happen to you. If you use elements from these sample packs and construction kit sites and you don't alter them, the chance that it could happen to you is far, far greater. Because like I said previously, the more people that subscribe to that site, the more people have the exact same access to the exact same rhythmic and melodic elements. So what can you do? First of all, these sites are perfectly safe for one hits. Kicks, snares, individual drum hits, most individual effects, individual synth sounds. Those are all safe so long as you create your own rhythmic elements out of them. If you're going to use loops, I suggest you mangle them, chop them up, switch them around, use effects, reverse them, make them completely unrecognizable from the individual loop. That's how you'll avoid this kind of a problem. And there are some great tools out there. I use a program called Playbox. It's a plugin, Playbox from Native Instruments. It allows you to take these rhythmic and melodic loops, put them into this plugin, and it completely mangles them. It'll change the key. It'll change the order of the loop. It'll add weird effects to portions of the loop and essentially makes it completely unrecognizable from the original loop, which makes it safe for you to use. There's other alternatives as well. VST instruments. There's a ton of them out there, some really good experimental ones, a lot of free ones. Experiment with these. Create your own textures, your own loops. Not only is this safe to do from a legal standpoint, but it's going to push your skills much further, much faster as a producer. Collaborate. with other producers and musicians. It's a blast to have a drummer come over, maybe a bass player, and create your own loops that you can use in your productions. So don't just rely on dropping somebody else's pre made rhythmic and melodic loops into your track. It's not a good idea creatively, and it's not a good idea legally. So, what are your thoughts on using sample packs and construction kits? Share your insights and experiences in the comments below and tell me what you think. Thanks so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe so I can make more videos to help you level up your production game. Be good and make music.